Hi everyone, it is me, Jordan Long here, and today I'm going to talk about why I only speak English with mostly English words and no borrowed words from other speeches. And first off, a lot of folks will ask me that. They will say they've always asked me the asking thing, why you don't speak the borrowed words? Why do you choose to speak the English words? And I'll tell you why. It goes like this. Well, Jordan, why do you only say the English words? Why you don't say the borrowed words? Because one, Tai Chi, they don't belong to English. Two, it's my choosing to speak English that way. You see, there was a shift thing a work known as New English, and it was to make it a clean, true English, a English that would have only English words or words from other Norse speeches. And this English is unlike all the other ways of English because it doesn't have any borrowed words or less borrowed words or no borrowed words from other speeches. Well, I guess borrowed names could be kept in New English, but everything else with the English words. Well, how smooth is it smooth to do it that way? Well, no, it is not smooth to do it that way, but you can learn how to do it. Every once in a while a borrowed word will come out, you know. So it's not that smooth to do it, but it can be done. Yeah, but will folks understand it? Well, some folks, if you tell them what the borrowed word is and what the English word is, they'll understand if they're speaking English as a first speech. For those who learn English as a two-disc speech, same thing. You know? Yeah, I guess I understand that. But why did you choose that for? Because I chose to want to speak English with the English words or words from other Norse speeches. It was my choosing. No one else who speaks English as their first speech or two-disc speech or whatever, if they don't want to do it, they don't have to. It's their own choosing. But I choose to, you know. And so if a lot of folks out there want to shame me or guilt me or scathe me for it, they can do it. You know, I do not care. You know, this is my way of English, and if I want to speak it with the only English words, then I can. Since there is no law or oversight that's going to make me do that make me I can't do it. Well, Jordan, isn't it true when someone is learning how to speak English, I'm talking about folks who learn English as a two-disc speech, that they have to learn all the English words first before they learn all the borrowed words? Yes, that is true, Tai Chi. For anyone who is learning how to speak English as a two-disc speech or whatever, they have to learn all the English words first before they can learn the borrowed words. You know. And they like to say, oh, well, you know, well, what if someone says that it's another speech? No, I'm still speaking English. It can still be understood, you know. It's English without the borrowed words, but it's still English. I'm not learning another speech because I'm still speaking a speech that I learned 41 years ago, soon to be 42 years ago. You know. So why did you want to make this film talking about why you speak New English or what they would call it. Because some folks out there, because someone may talked about it once and say, oh, why do you say things like that for? So, yeah, well, I made that film, you know. Well, isn't there times where you would have to say the borrowed words? Yeah, I believe so, but very rare and in between that I say them. I don't say them as much anymore, only when they're needed. And most of the time, when they're not needed, they're down in the underground, you know. So, Jordan, how would one know if it's an English word or not? Well, you can always look in word books. Word books can kind of help you and tell you if it's an English word or not. I guess there are sundry websites on the interweb that can help you with that as well. Um, so yeah. So no one else does this? Well, the big shift came many years ago. I don't know like what year it was, but I know it was many years since the since the many years since that's I don't know since the Normans. That's a French is borrowed since the Northern folks who came from that side of Frankish land, who were North Danish or Norwegian folk themselves, but had stopped speaking Danish or Norwegian a long time ago and started speaking Frankish. And it mostly started with William Longsword Tudif. They say he didn't have a kin name, but that's bullshit. I believe he did. You know? So they're like, when did that happen? So they went to so many years after that and say, well, we gotta make new English. English that'd be spoken with no borrowed words from any other speeches, you know, or living speeches or dead speeches or whatever. You know, it never caught on with anyone. But I'm choosing it to make it my goal. And it's still my goal. Hell, it's one of the goals I've kept since 27 between Wildo. And that's about 8 years ago that I kept this goal. So hopefully you all know why I speak English with mostly all English words, and I don't really say borrowed words unless it's a mistake. There, hope that answers your asking thing. You know. And if you want to watch the film I made yesterday, well, then by all means you can. I forget what I made the film on, but it's still a good film all the same. I'll see you later.